Testing, and we're live.
It's late in LA, and this is the Life and Times. Hello.
How we doing?
How was that Uber?
It was
Tell me about the experience.
Let's hear about this.
It was an Uber. So apologies for being 10 minutes late. We were listening to some gospel, hard body. Dude was
Find the
moving.
gods.
he found. I saw him find God.
You praised. He praised together.
He was like dancing with his finger and going hard as shit, rocking his hips like he was by himself.
Yo,
he was
rocking his hips like yeah.
Like yeah. I couldn't even like hate on it because it was beautiful. He was just getting it at every beat. I was like, all right, like this is his moment. I'm just a witness in his beauty right now.
I'm just a guy in an Uber trying to get to a destination. Like
taking Ubers home in LA and around and about. Okay,
it's a pure nightmare juice.
It's different,
bro.
Right? Pure nightmare juice.
I've been outside, right? I want to go back inside. like
am I gonna make it home,
bro? I was in an Uber once, right? I'm coming home. You know, I do a podcast late at night, whatever. That's the aesthetic. But this guy, I get in the car. He's like, I don't do music. I don't do sounds.
Yeah.
I just drive. And he's a murderer. He has to be, right?
Facts.
Like, this is too much. Like, it was silent for 30 minutes. And my fist is just like this the entire time. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Listen, bro, I'm taking the Uber home right after your birthday. The Uber driver's wearing like black leather gloves.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Not like
that's not a fashion
not just
thing,
medical
right?
gloves, not anything, but like
a death dealer.
Man, what are you
No.
doing, huh?
No.
Why do you need those?
Yeah, we had this Uber the one time, and he was like, hey, where are we going tonight? And I was with my wife, and she was just like, hey, something's wrong. This guy seems off right now. And then he's just, she was in the car first going to pick me up, and he's just like, are we picking up someone else? And she's like, yeah, my husband. And this guy got all freaked out. He's like, can I cancel the ride? Ends up canceling the ride. Like, she was like, what is this guy trying to do?
No, man.
This is pure nightmare juice.
Yeah, real quiet, real shady, bro.
100%.
Get me out of here.
That's why I don't listen. These Ubers are a little different, man.
It's got to be, what did you call it? Uber etiquette?
Yes, it has to be Uber etiquette out here in LA, bro.
Has to be.
I've gotten into Uber, and the dude, he's trying to sell me like some serious things, right? Like, I won't say it on my public podcast, but he's trying to market something I don't want to buy. You know, I'm out of that game. I'm matured. So the guy's trying to market this to me for 30 minutes. Saying no to someone for 30 minutes is crazy.
That's a journey. That's a
good
journey.
salesman.
That's built character.
He got a captive market.
When I was in Austin, my Uber driver, we're driving, and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get some weed down here. Is this still like a felony? Like, will I go to jail for weed? And he was like, yeah, kind of, but like, I can help you out. And I was like, oh shit. And this dude drives us to his house. He's like, let me go inside. I got some OG Kush. We were like, okay. This was like a couple months ago. It was so good. He was just like, yeah, it's kind of expensive, but I'll hook it up, bro. He's like, I took the wrong exit. You just got charged an extra $10. I'll hook it up. We were like, all right, cool. So we had some fire ass weed for.
Oh, it turned out well then.
Yeah, it turned out well.
Turned out well.
Good,
Right?
good, man. This is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You know, there's light out there.
Nightmare juice to dream juice.
And
Okay.
nightmares to dreams. Dreams to nightmares, bro. Shout out Big Mill. Dog, we're the PA boys in here, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Dude, man, we got to talk about...
It was a wild interaction, all right? We're sitting around the table just shooting the shit. And all of a sudden we find out we're all from the same state, all right?
Du Bois, Philly. You said Murphy?
Hershey.
Oh!
Hershey.
Where they make the chocolate.
Yeah. I got a bunch of dumb jokes for that place.
Dude, the funniest thing about Hershey is it has this overwhelming smell of chocolate sometimes. And it's like, oh my God, you're driving. You're like, I'm in Hershey right now. It smells like chocolate. And then there's a sewage plant.
That's a crazy combo.
Bro, you're taking this deep inhale like in the morning at 6 a.m. You're like, that's shit. That is not shit. It's
shitty chocolate.
Yeah, exactly.
Conglomerate
Shitty
waste.
They're making so much money.
Yep. I went to school with like the Reese's and the Hershey's and shit. It was crazy.
Oh,
it was
shit.
wild.
Yeah. That marketing is probably heavy.
Yeah.
Hey, kids.
Buy it.
Buy it, okay? Buy the chocolate.
Everybody in this town does.
Like, you're cool, right? You eat chocolate, right?
You eat chocolate, right?
We are the town,
It's
okay?
It's like the episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like chocolate.
Yeah, that was my life.
Damn. I'm sorry, man. Let's talk about your mental health.
Mental health check-in.
How's everybody feeling from the 1 to 10? I'll start. Here on the Life and Times podcast, we like to do a mental health check. Me right now, I'm at an 8. Everything's going well. Like everything I'm pursuing is going well. Like got some things done, goals reached. Next week will be the year for the pod. So like everything I've been building has its foundation now, has legs, which is I like that.
Perfect, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congrats. It's really cool.
How about you, sir?
I would give myself probably a 10 right now. I
There we go.
recently quit my 9-to-5 job that I've been at for 7 years.
Yes,
There
sir.
we go.
And that shit was just
Freeing.
brutal, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh my
man. I'm trying to
God.
get to that other side, man.
Oh my God. I
feel
feel,
you.
so free.
Listen to the
It's the
podcast
best feeling.
so we can
Weapons
monetize,
Buy his shit.
please. I won't be crazy with my speckles.
No, that's
But
good,
yeah,
bro.
doing really good. Feels really good.
That's perfect, bro. I'd probably say like 6 or 7 lately.
6 or 7?
All right.
Good shit.
Introducing new lifestyles, we're cutting back on certain things, we're making progress and active change. It feels good, and I can see the difference already.
It's all about balance, bro. I gotta
It
start
is.
working out, bro. I'm 20 pounds from being like fit
There we go.
What time do you get off work?
every day, like 3. But I do mad stuff afterwards.
Gotcha.
I usually do shit like this.
Gotcha.
But like I've been trying to do the solos and stuff like that. But I'm trying to like cut back on that too, like working myself like creatively instead of working on myself this actually. you
Yeah.
know?
Totally.
It's like, oh, if I work and do this, then I don't have to work out. I'm like, nah. You can do maintenance on both sides, you know?
Yeah.
100%.
Jake, who are you? How's your life?
That's
in
what
times.
about it, dude. Intro.
Right now, my life is pretty sweet. I'm a married man. No kids yet.
Okay.
I'm a toy photographer. I'm a musician, and I recently started doing my own little solar venture, breaking out of my own company, kind of doing my own independent thing currently, and big into meditating as well. So I would say I'm a meditator. Meditator, toy photographer, music person, and also my own solar guy currently.
There we go.
How did you get into solar energy?
So I moved out here from Pennsylvania, where we're all from.
Yes, sir.
and,
Shout out PA.
There we go.
and,
Shout out Wawa.
Oh, fuck Wawa, yeah. I love that. Fuck Wawa in a good way. Fuck
Yeah, I was
you.
about to say.
Kind of
Term
say
of
I'm the
endearment
Sheets
in
guy.
Pennsylvania.
It's
It's
like,
like, yo,
man,
fuck you,
I
bro.
don't hear, right? Yeah,
That
fuck
Sheets
this guy.
Wawa energy.
Yeah.
Sheets,
Especially in
man.
Central
Spend
PA,
so
dude.
much time in Sheets. Oh my god.
Sheets, bro.
Love Sheets. But I was working for
Plug.
UPS, and I was going to get a transfer out here to work in UPS, and I ended up meeting this guy, and he was like, dude, you would help at a solar company. So I went in for general managing, started into sales, and I've been selling solar now for like the last 5 years, been in it for 7. And recently I was like, I think I could just do this better on my own and like, you know, doing my own thing without all of these rules and procedures and what to do's and stuff. And God, it feels so good, yo. Oh my God, it feels good to quit that shit.
Yeah, I'm
Same,
sure like
bro.
the restrictions and the freedom you feel now is totally different, bro.
Oh, it feels like this monkey gorilla just ripped off my
Yeah,
back, bro.
every person wants to run their own shop. I
Oh.
feel
Yeah. To be their own boss.
like if
to
you want to be a
in charge.
leader at any
Yeah,
form,
your
you-
own endeavors.
Yeah,
100%.
what drew you into it in comparison to like the regular 9 to 5? Because it is like safety, like having a boss,
Definitely.
having
Security,
a time, security, that
predictability.
leap. You know,
100%.
what got you to that leap?
I just feel like we're all from PA, and I feel like back east, it's kind of like just put in the hard work till you die, and that's what success is.
Yeah.
That's what happiness is. And in PA, when I left, I was kind of successful in what I was doing then, and everyone was like, "You did it, man! You figured out life." And I was 19. I was like, "If this is life, this is not going to be it for me. I
Yeah.
won't."
Yeah,
be
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt that in
Similar
a couple of
vibes.
things. Yeah,
And so out here, I got kind of myself into that similar rut where I was doing all of the right things, quote unquote, on paper that other people felt happiness from, but like everyone's individual and I'm not other people. And so for me, it just felt like I was putting in all this work for someone else. And I get those little moments of excitement doing what I do. I do like selling, helping people out if I can. And I wanted to collect more of the right moments and not do so much of what other people wanted me to. So I was like, I think I
Big
could
on
do this
connections. though.
better. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All connections, really. That's like what I do. It's just like making a friend, and maybe you could help them out, maybe you can, and if you can, cool, let's shake hands and make some money.
People.
networking,
Big part of business.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Comes
totally.
right back to people.
100%.
people power. Why solar?
I feel like, I mean, we live in California now. Shit, sorry.
Yeah,
There you
We
go.
all live in
sorry,
Cali-
everybody does it.
It's all right, bro.
We all live in California now, so I feel like out here, just green juices, green energy, shit is big out here.
Health shots.
Health
There we
shots.
Man, I took a health shot. I was like, man, Can I even go back to the block? That was like a ginger shot, bro.
You lost your admittance. They're like, no more.
No
I was
more.
away for a minute.
Yeah.
It was away for a minute. Those ginger shots. I
Fire.
remember those.
Fire, bro. I used to come over here with the
Yeah,
ginger
he used to
shots.
come over here with the ginger shots.
Yeah,
so.
guys. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, and so I was just like, like this seems like the future kind of as an industry
Yeah.
right now. Like I think, and you always hear about like people getting in on something before it's like hot or big, and I was like, I think this is like the industry, and kind of was. I was there when it was nothing and very little, and now it's like huge. Like people,
It's probably shot up. I can't imagine what over the last 5 years, especially.
it's crazy. The last 5-10 years have been like everyone does solar. in every
Exponential
state.
growth.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Exponential growth.
People are like, yeah, let's get solar. I'm like, okay, we're doing solar in Minnesota
Alright.
now. Like,
Sheesh.
yeah, it's pretty wild. But it's a real. I felt like it was a good industry. I felt like it was going to be a good thing to build in, and I went in for general managing kind of, but ended up in sales, and I'd never sold anything before, so it's kind of cool to build up those skill sets of like coordination, management, and then also with the ability to connect with people like at the snap of a hand, and then selling an idea and selling like passion to someone else.
Best of both parties there. Very entrepreneurial.
Thanks.
Yeah. Is solar and other renewable energy sources the future?
I think 1,000,000,000,000,000%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because like, how long were we gonna like be drinking oil? Like, how long?
Yeah, bro, it's a limited,
how
like,
we just
you know?
swimming around in that bullshit? Come on, man.
Yeah, we're gonna keep using it until it's,
So it's over? Like,
until it's gone.
Like,
we better.
till we're done? Like,
Yeah, we
that
better
shit was
change that.
spooky, bro.
100%. And I just feel like, solar, it's like it literally runs on the sun.
Bro,
It's
that's
just
going
like,
nowhere.
It's right up there.
It's going nowhere.
Everybody has access. Relax.
Right up there.
Yeah.
Infrastructure, and now people got jobs. Look at
Look at
that.
that.
100%. And like, we just see, they were pouring tar in my neighborhood the other day. And I'm just like, how is there not like a compound with renewable plastics or like plastic bags that can be created instead of tarring a road with like this nasty black sludge that smells
Yeah.
like shit?
Yeah.
Like, there has to be something more feasible, economic.
Something more
friendly.
efficient. Something out there.
Yeah.
I was on YouTube looking at a bunch of stuff just like this. And it's just not, they're not putting any money into it.
No.
Why would they make that large scale?
There's very little money
Kill the
going into like
competition.
research and development in terms of those markets.
And the thing with solar is like you going solar is you telling your utility, you're like, hey, I've had enough in our relationship. Because when you're with your utility, you literally pay forever. They can change the rates whenever they want, and you have nothing to show for what you are generating. But when you go solar, you're basically breaking up that relationship and saying, I'm going to put money into my own thing that you could pay off the following day and then not have a monthly payment that they can charge you whatever they want.
Oh, so it's completely yours. You have your own agency once you install
Exactly.
solar. Okay.
yeah.
Shit.
So it's pretty cool. I think it's a really cool thing for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
How long do you think it would take to realistically implement sweeping energy reform? Because we just got that new shit from Biden in the Senate
The
recently.
new, Inflation Reduction Act that also was a big incentivization, I think, for green energy.
So
Correct, if I'm not.
yeah,
mistaken.
absolutely. They just extended, the federal government gives a tax incentive for solar, which is pretty helpful. It's like 30% of your system cost. And
Shit.
it was supposed to go away.
These are big
in
numbers.
Big numbers.
These
Yeah.
are
it's
big,
huge.
enticing
It's a
numbers.
fat
I'd
cut.
say, probably.
It makes people do it or not do it. And they were going to remove it completely in 2 years. So people were in so much, like my industry was in panic, like, oh shit, they're not going to get 30%. Who's going to buy now at this full price ticket item? But he just, oops, shit, sorry.
It's all
Oh, good,
bro.
dude.
They recently just extended that till 2032. So now like renewables aren't going anywhere. The big
There we
solar
go.
push, it's coming on and going strong. So that's really helpful. But I do think it's going to, there's a lot of people that are old that have horrible mentalities that just need to go.
Yeah.
And until they're gone,
Yeah.
it's
It's
going to
spooky.
be,
It's spooky. It's just gonna be a battle of traditionalism versus futurism, right?
100%.
Like, how long can we stand on this rock when we can put shit on other planets?
100%, man. And they just need to die off. And then all these horrible political views will go away.
Respectfully,
and just
just find a pasture.
mindset.
Because like,
I'll dig the grave, bro.
like you're just gatekeeping this ideology that doesn't help anybody but you, kinda.
100%.
Yeah.
Kinda presently.
And it's just so like hard currently when like the entire like there's like so much industry and
Totally.
like so much industry and like invested in oil, and it's like,
But it's
damn, we need to make this jump like
Yeah.
soon,
Yeah.
and we're running out of time. Like this is just facts.
unfortunately, there's just that small percentile that run the world, and they all have their old realistic ideas, and they're just brutal and outdated. So those people are like going to do oil, going to make a lot off oil, and they're going to do what they want to do. It's really just like the other 99% trying to fix things, and that 1% holds more power than everyone else. It
Like,
feels
dog,
like.
if you're gonna capitalize, like,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
capitalize
Like,
on the Green New Deal. Like, what the fuck?
Start
Please.
capitalizing off the sun, bro. Please
Make the move.
Yeah.
Come on.
move over to the sun.
They're
Like, how hard
Do
of
the
a
thing.
transition
Do the
is
thing.
this?
You got all the power. You got literally all the capital
whatever you
to
want.
do what you want.
do like a Doc Ock and just be like, I made my own son. It's just like, yeah, just make your own son.
Please.
Shout out Doc
bro.
Ock, bro. He was green before.
Yeah,
He was green before he was popular, bro.
he was on Renewables.
You know the sun up there? I want it in my fucking palm.
I want it in my pocket. I want to
hold it in my
I want to
hand.
hold the sun. This is the big
Stone
ideas,
cold
okay?
shit to say.
It's so true. He did that.
Life and
But
times.
please capitalize.
Yeah, right. Like, just get on that. Like,
Elon Musk make the
wind,
sun.
Come on.
water,
let's go.
whatever you gotta do. Fire it in
Do the
there.
thing, please.
Um,
But yeah, it'd probably take like decades and billions at this rate, you know, which is like, man, we need to start like either investing in like technology to help undo some of the waste and like current problems we have to help undo our fucking footprints. But like,
It's like this snowball though too, you know, where
Yeah.
it's like, although they know, like it's almost like you made one bad decision that can like spiral out of control, and like they're already in the spiral. So instead of like stepping out of the spiral, they've invested all this money into this spiral. They have dreams and future plans in this spiral. So like it would just be great if they could move aside, although there's going to be millions and billions of dollars and jobs lost. Like if there was a heavy incentive, it could, I feel, be switched to.
Yeah, I feel like everybody
it
would
could be
switch over.
integrated.
Yeah,
like
integrated.
realistically, it could be integrated.
Totally.
You know,
like, yeah.
People
Where it
could
is
be
beneficial for
retrained.
everybody.
I'm sure, like, the dude that's, like, in a coal mine right now wouldn't mind setting up a
That,
solar
bro,
panel,
would
bro.
love to be
Yeah.
up there,
I'm
bro.
like, man, I'm just on a
Damn.
roof now.
Yeah, he's
That's
got the
nice.
a lot
Nice.
safer. A lot
Nice,
safer.
man. I can breathe.
I love that shit.
You know, and with current like fucking crazy weather,
Yeah.
Oh
knocking
my
down
God.
current solar, you know, just rebuild it.
Yeah,
there you go.
fine.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Endless jobs.
Endless jobs, buddy.
Endless job loop there.
100%.
It's a loop of jobs. Almost got an economy going.
Yeah.
Where people are
Yeah.
living and stuff. That's nice.
You know, so it's, you know,
Work versus passions. So, like, you know, we're all young, right? You know, you say you're 30, but you're rarely young. You're
Fairly
fairly
young,
young, bro. So,
still got
like,
time.
you know, as men, we don't really get, like, the pat on the back unless we're producing, unless we're working, you know?
Doing something.
And, like, I don't know. For me, I find it hard to, like, diversify my thoughts. And, like, I just want to work. You know? That's where I feel the best at. And then when I start, like, just going into what I'm passionate in, like, writing, podcasting, I'm like, man, is this work or is this a passion to me? And sometimes it blurs.
I
You
feel,
know?
yeah, I feel that. I feel like at this point in my life, like at points you kind of find, if you're lucky enough to find a passion, which like not many people are, like you talk to people, what do you like to do? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, what shows do you like? I don't know. What movies do you like? I don't know. What
Yeah.
interests you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
kind of spooky.
It's super spooky. So it's like, if you're lucky enough to find a passion, it's like, just chase it. Like, even if it doesn't make money, if it fills your cup like a drop, like, thank God, like you are one
Yeah.
of the lucky ones, you know? And like, my wife is like the coolest. So like, I really like, I try to balance that shit 50-50, if not more on the passion side. Like, as soon as I'm off work, I'm like playing music on my guitar. I play during the day. And then after work, I'll be like, I'm shooting action figures all night. And I'm like spitballing movie ideas and how TV shows
Yeah.
should go with her. like, yeah.
What about
Yeah,
you,
dude,
Aaron? What's that balance looking like, brother?
I'd say it's a blur at times. All right. I'd say like my passion, because it is filmmaking, and that it is like oftentimes I feel like sometimes it is work. There are aspects of it, you know, like production. During production, certain moments feel like very passion driven. I'm like, this feels great to be a part of. Other moments, I'm like, yo, this is a fucking job, and I don't like this right now.
Yeah.
Nothing's working out for me. I don't feel any passion in this, but I feel like that's a part of the process. And I feel like lately I've tried to remind myself like that certain aspects of this creative process have to be just passion driven. Like, especially when it comes to writing,
Yeah.
I'm like, if it feels like a job, I'm not going to get anything good from this session.
100%.
It has to be 100% like, I just have to feel great about it. It has to be fun during it. But I'd say that as of lately.
I feel like that's a really good point. I also feel like for work, it is like a fine line. Like even when I do like toy photography, like I'll sit down sometimes for 4 or 5 hours and like
dude.
when you anything for me feel like if you're seeing me out of my bed in clothes, you should pat me on the back because I deserve it. I don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
Like so like I feel like even me picking up my cell phone, setting up toys, it's like that moment feels like work. But then when you're like warmed up and you're in the matrix,
Once you
and,
start, yeah.
and you're in that flow, and like the difference for me is like, because even my job currently, now that I'm doing it for myself and just in a much better manner, like it's that feeling you leave with, you know, like I don't leave my 9 to 5 now and I'm like, fuck, I want to die or like I need to drink or something.
It's
Yeah.
different when you run the show.
Hits different.
Yes.
All right.
And like
mentality changes.
Yeah, for sure. When you do a passion, you kind of leave it and you're like, that was awesome. Like I did something that I like feel good about and like I created today. Like it's not just like
100%.
I sold my soul for a little bit of money to live in this
The
expensive city.
speckle dance.
Yeah.
He did that. It's a speckle dance,
Beep.
man. 8 hours. People see me. I'm in
It's
there
a lot.
dancing, bro. Let me get my speckles, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Bruh. Yeah, I feel like that. Like when I'm writing, like when I'm working on the poetry and everything like that, and I'm really like escaping, not even escaping, or telling my version of my own story. That's when I'm like there.
You're in
you
the
know,
moment.
I'm in the moment.
You're in the
It is
moment.
way easier to do. Like even like the podcast, like when we start talking, first minute might be tense.
Once the conversation
Once the
starts to
conversation
flow,
starts to flow, now we're here.
we're in the mix.
Now we're potting. And now it's the life of Tom's. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, flow state's like a crazy thing, you know? Like,
Yes.
like that concept and like, you know, my wife and I are big into that and like just as much as and often as you can. And the more you practice it and understand it and like remember what that is, like it's easier to slip into. And like when I'm playing music, for
When it
example,
comes
like
to you.
time changes. Like time is not linear when I'm doing something I love. Like 1 hour is, it doesn't
It's
equate.
like
the
10
same.
What is
minutes.
time, bro?
It's like 10
Get
minutes.
it out of here.
Yeah, it's just
I remember,
like, yeah.
man. I remember, like, I get off of work, right? I get off of work at like 3. If I start writing at 3, it's 12. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's
Like,
awesome.
it's just gone.
That's the best.
That's
Yeah.
very integral to writing too. Is like
Yeah.
having a process because it's like, yo, it's like a muscle. It's
It
like
is.
a muscle
You
you,
gotta
have to
train it.
consistently
100%.
work with in order to find, like you said, you gotta work it often.
Yeah, we had this like open mic night thing, and every week my brother and I were like, we got to write a song every single week. Like that was like our thing, and like just the more you do the things you love, like it is kind of work, you know. Like it is kind of
Yeah.
work
Yeah,
to some
yeah.
extent, but it just feels better. And like the more that you get into that state or that process, it gets so much easier. And then like
More rewarding.
it used to take like, you know, you sit down 30 minutes into it, you're writing something good. And then it's like you sit down 15 minutes in, something good. And the more you do it, you're like, you're ready to go. You're walking around your day and it's occupying half of your brain. And you're like, I'm ready to write. And I just want to be able to get to the point, and I'm sure like you guys too, where I just live in, it's oozing out of me. Like I'm just always in that consciousness of like freedom and like, oh, like,
It's like a
Yeah.
waterfall. bro.
Ultimate
Yeah.
expression.
yeah, 100%.
Speaking of expression, speaking of like things we escape to, what was your first time reading a comic book?
Who wants to go first?
Go for it.
You want
Hey,
to go?
dude, you already know, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Middle school.
Middle
right?
school.
Death of Superman.
Death is Superman.
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Right? Had me
Doomsday.
fucking gassed. I was flipping through those pages. I was like, everyone was getting their fucking asses handed to them.
What's
all right?
happening
Here's
to the
this
superheroes,
dude.
man?
Yeah.
Exactly. See, look at me,
Look
bro.
at Yeah, you're supposed to be an example,
Yeah, exactly.
God
All right.
damn.
Here comes
bro.
Superman.
Bet.
Ooh, here I am. Nah, bro.
No.
Nah.
Nah, dude.
It was crazy. That
Some
was
of the
me.
art in that shit is like iconic, bro. Just him like dead on the rock with like
Yeah, bro.
Doomsday
Yeah.
up there. Like
It's fucking wild.
so cool.
It was unheard of.
That concept was
Unseen.
unheard
It was
of.
unprecedented.
It was
Yeah.
Superman
wild, bro.
on his ass.
Yeah.
What?
He's
That doesn't
losing?
happen.
Doomsday?
Doomsday? My first time reading a
Yeah.
comic, I was actually the first comic I actually read was Archie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Way
so like
back. Used to have those in the grocery stores. on
yeah,
shelves.
bro. I was on punishment actually. You know, I was doing my jail time. You know, I was looking at
Yeah, it's supposed to be
shut up, shut up.
An example.
Shut up, bro. Anyway, man, I was just
Keep
doing
going.
my jail time. You know, I was on punishment. I did something. You know, my mom was my warden. Whatever. I don't know what
Yeah.
case I had. I don't know what case I had, but I was still fighting it. But I was on punishment and shit. And my grandma got me these Archies. And I was like, I'm never gonna read this, bro. Right? You ever
Whatever,
like an older
right?
person give you something, and you're like, yeah, whatever, man.
Put it to the side.
Whatever, man. I'm never wearing a sweater, dog.
Bro, you read my mind.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm
this
never
shit is-
wearing a sweater, bro.
It's too small. It's from Kohl's. I'm not wearing it. Like, put
These
it
It's
back.
socks?
not for me.
Yeah.
These socks.
Yeah, no.
Socks too big, bro. But so I'm bored, I'm in confined, solitary confinement. My sister's out there watching TV and shit,
Yeah,
just having a
yeah,
good
yeah.
time. Like, I'm in there hating them. I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna escape. I start reading these Archies, bro, and I started getting into the
Wait a
drama,
second.
like with Betty and Veronica.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is great,
This is
man.
great content.
And then I realized, bro, I wasn't in chronological order. So now I gotta go do some research at the
Yeah.
library. Like I got number 1, then it's number 18, and it's 18.
It's a whole-
34.
yeah.
I'm like, oh wait,
all the
wait.
lore, all the
Yeah.
Archie
I
lore,
need all the Archie lore, bro.
all the subplots, all
what's
the different
going on?
comics.
So
Damn.
I go from there. I start reading DC. I start reading Marvel. I mean, my favorite superhero has to be Spider-Man. And then because he always had something to say, and that was like
Yeah,
how
bro.
I grew up. I was like, whatever's going on, I'm gonna say something. Like whatever's going on,
Get my words in here.
I'm gonna get my words
I'm
in.
gonna fit them in.
So yeah, man, that was my first time reading a comic. It was in Philly, East Oak Lane Library.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, piggyback off that. I'm talking very first. It was probably Calvin and Hobbes. To
Oh,
anybody in the
damn.
audience.
Oh, okay.
It
That's
was
fair.
probably Calvin and Hobbes.
That is classic.
Iconic.
That's
Sheesh.
iconic. For me, it was my mom would always take us to Barnes and Nobles like on Sundays.
Fire.
It was like
Fire
our thing.
place.
Fire activity for the
Love
children.
It
that
was-
fucking place.
So we
Man.
were into all like the fantasy books,
Plug.
like the Chronicles of Narnia, the Spiderwick Chronicles. and
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
Harry Potter.
Gas.
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 As well.
Yeah, dude. And then one day I remember getting a little older and I like branched off into the comic section. And this I like was obsessed with hardback books. I was like, these are just so heat. Like I could tell as a kid, this shit's nice.
This is where it's
And-
at.
Different.
And
This
it
is where
was
it's
this.
at.
It's not paper.
Yeah, it's not paper. It's like this is tangible. I'm gonna keep
I
this.
can
and-
feel it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
and
this on my shelf.
Yeah,
It's hard.
100%.
You're gonna join my
Yeah.
library.
Welcome to my collection.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was this Spider-Man.
fam.
We're having a great time here, right?
Go ahead. Sorry,
No,
man.
no,
Just
good.
wait. He'll do it again.
I won't.
Now
Go
he's
ahead.
talking.
Handcuff, bro.
No,
No,
It
the
can only
karma.
go up here.
The karma's
It up
watching,
here,
bro.
That's it. It's only gonna go up here, right here. No more mistakes.
Pinning
Keep
this
going.
bitch down.
Keep going, sir.
And it was like
Sorry
it was
about
called
that,
it was called the
Life
Ultimate
and Toast.
Spider-Man. It was called the Ultimate Spider-Man, and it had like
shit.
bro, it
Yeah.
was just amazing off the bat. It had like the big green goblin, like the big Ultimate Goblin,
Yeah, Ultimate Goblin. That whole line was crazy, actually.
dude.
Because
So
Spider-Man
sick.
actually, like, he checks, he dies, bro.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah,
It was
Peter
like
Parker?
finite. Peter
Dead, you
Parker,
say?
bro. That
This
shit
can't
had me
be.
fucked up, bro. I had to look that shit up on laptop. I'm like, nah, no
Nah,
way. It
I
has
need
to be something after
confirmation.
this, right?
I need confirmation.
yeah, and that was just like this hardback masterpiece. I was like, oh my gosh, like Harry Potter's cool and all, but this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
the graphics too was all colored and it was hardback. I remember flipping through that book for years. I was looking it up on the way here and I was like, oh my god, it's like $150 now if you want to buy that thing off Amazon. Like,
Yeah.
Bro.
The
It was-
classics cost.
Yeah, they do.
it was just so good. Yeah, that definitely like sparked up my geek. And then a couple, we were like, we grew up in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man time.
Yes,
so
sir.
like, that
Yo.
came out a few years afterward, and I was just
Gas.
so ready, bro.
That was
also
straight gas.
bro.
I still like him over Tom Holland and everybody else, bro.
I agree, but in the new movie, I gotta say, Andrew Garfield kind of won me over a little bit.
Yeah, so like I think he was the best Spider-Man, right?
Okay.
I think Tobey Maguire was the best Peter.
Okay.
And then Tom Holland's like
I agree.
I
Tom
don't know.
Holland's like,
I don't mind Tom Holland. I'm like, it's
he's new age. And he's in the film business.
I mean,
so-
like, I grew up with Maguire, right? I loved Venom when people were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this was garbage." I was like,
Nah, Venom was good.
I liked Venom in that movie, bro. Just keep
Yeah.
it real.
I like Venom, bro.
I liked it. Okay.
I liked it.
I seen it.
I seen it.
And it was Eric Foreman. It was like I love that '70s show. So I was like,
Yeah,
yes,
bro. It was
yes.
gas
Oh,
to me.
shit, I forgot it was him,
Sandman.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was gas to me.
Yo, wait, hold on. Did you hear about Sandman? Why he didn't have any like lines in the
Ooh,
new
nah.
Spider-Man?
What did he do, bro?
He
Did
didn't
he
like
do
it.
something?
He said he didn't like it.
He said he didn't like it.
He said he prefers DC.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, bro. That's why he doesn't have any
Damn.
lines.
Really?
Fact check me. Life and Times.
Life and Time.
That's crazy. I did not know that. That's pretty
Yeah,
wild.
bro's wilding.
That was the new one I thought was like really like fun for the fans, but it wasn't like just a fire movie or something.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
bro.
to see.
So like it was parts where it could have been like better, right?
100%.
Like when Goblin had that split persona, and then the what the fuck is that shit called? The spider sense
Yeah.
activated. That was fire.
Yeah. Fire.
That was fire. But it wasn't that serious the entire movie. So it's like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw
I'm
that.
sorry, bro.
I've
Sorry,
heard the
bro.
same thing from
Sorry,
everybody.
bro.
though.
Yo, I came in there with such great expectations, bro.
Dude, I
I was
love
like, Thor is
Thor.
gonna be like hella tough. I'm like, he's getting shit
Bro.
done with the Guardians. Nah, dog.
Bro, he's my favorite too. It hurt.
Damn.
It hurt on a deep level. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, they fucked my boy up. It's
Oh.
gobbledygook, Aaron. It's gobbledygook.
Bro, I think like with the last two, especially with that most recent Doctor Strange movie, like we'll
Yeah.
maybe have some opportunities to see some dark rogues villains come to like the new
Whoa.
Tom Holland version.
Blade
And
is
I'm
coming.
really hoping that we
Uh.
get a good Venom.
We need a
You
good
know,
Venom.
like
Wait,
I'm-
you think it's gonna be whatchamacallit or no?
I don't want it to be the Sony Venom.
Tom
you know what I
Hardy,
mean?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I
like,
don't think he could be a
I
villain.
mean, you
He's
saw
like
the
an
end credit
anti-hero.
sequence. You saw the end credit
He's
scene,
in.
right?
He's about
Spoiler.
to be
Yeah.
in,
That Venom's now come here. I'm like, okay, we've got some potential for like a good new updated Marvel
100%.
take
Yeah,
on
man.
Venom.
The whole Venom thing just got. I remember the first 20 minutes of the new Venom. I was just pissed off because like, shut the fuck up, dude. He was just
Yeah.
like, Eddie,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. It's like, shut
Yeah.
up, dude. Like, shut
Venom
up.
is a
Like,
serious character.
It's a very serious
Venom should
character.
only be talking when shit is actually
and we
happening.
used to pass back and forth that
Yeah.
fucking comic in
Yeah.
the first 2 years of college when we were
Yeah.
going back to Penn State
Oh,
Dub,
nice,
dude. We used to
nice.
like I handed him this fucking copy of what was it, The Birth of Venom,
Yeah,
all the OG
Yeah,
comic series in there.
yeah,
I still have
He's
him.
a serious character.
yeah, dude.
Like,
Venom
God damn,
is
I'm
like
ready to see it.
the hive mind, like for real. Like Noel, like dude, that shit is crazy. Like they,
See what they did with Gore.
oh my god, oh my god, they
This
ruined
dude,
one of
that
the
boy
best
in the
villains.
trash, bro.
Dude.
This dude in the trash, Aaron.
Dude, Thor should have been. I wanted to see an opening sequence with like all these gods in Valhalla wrecking Gore's planet. His family dies, and then him. I would at least 30 gods need to be murdered in a montage.
Yes.
in that movie, like bloody, savage,
Yo.
ruthless. Like,
First of all, Sif is dying. LOL.
oh, yeah, like,
I just know you the longest. Like, what the fuck, bro?
just stop. It was upsetting. It was not.
It was bad, bro.
It was-
I never I was like, oh, this is bad.
Mm.
And this is a lot of money in this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the lowest rated Marvel movie I think to date right now. Which is like, oh, Thor, dude, Ragnarok was so good,
Ragnarok was great.
so good.
Serious characters have to be treated seriously, bro. He is Thor.
You gotta
God
have
of
some serious
Thunder,
moments
bro.
in there, bro.
You know?
Yeah, he can be goofy. He's like a buffoony, like Asgardian, where he's like bigger than humans or peons. So like you expect a little bit of that.
I liked how he was in the first Avengers. He's like, you humans, so petty. That was
Yeah.
lit.
Yeah, you could say they like leaned into that a little bit the first, or I mean, like in Ragnarok,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
saw the wide success of it, and were like, dial it.
Well, the director
and then
had
fucking
too much control. At least
push
to me.
through it.
Totally. Like, let's
Like it
lower
made it
his
their own
IQ.
film in comparison of like the overarching, like, hey, listen,
100%.
this is, this
Dude.
is gonna stretch over films here. We need to like be thinking.
Yeah.
of-
Literally, some kids get kidnapped and they spend hours of this movie trying. Like he's like, oh, well, let's go save kids periodically. It's like, and then they're just like trying to. Sorry, Hammer. Like the other Hammer's my real love. It was just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right
Yeah,
now?
bro. Aaron, you gotta see this shit.
I know what scene you're
so
talking about. I
bad,
know what scene you're
bro.
talking about there.
It's so bad.
It's
I
not
don't know,
good.
bro.
It hurt.
Boo, boo, tomato, tomato. Damn, we're not gonna get that Disney plug, huh?
I mean, it was amazing. Probably best thing I've ever seen. Thank you, Disney.
Shout out Disney.
Shout out Disney.
I
Come
like your
on.
stuff. You
We'll
got
do
a
the
bunch
dance.
of money.
Come
Got
on.
a bunch of
Da.
money. But what was the impact like comics had on you? Because me, it gave birth to my imagination. I was like, oh shit.
Definitely, bro.
These dudes are doing things. They're going out into the universe and shit like that. Like, as far as like cosmic deities and all that, like Fantastic Four, the Silver Surfer. Who the fuck am I forgetting? The main evil guy, always trying to eat planets.
Oh, Galactus.
Galactus, yeah. That made me
bro.
wonder. I was like, man, is this shit out there?
It's just like pure
Yeah.
narrative gas. I was like, this is just like
those stories,
creative fuel.
For sure.
Seeing
like
and reading this
Rorschach,
and
bro.
feeling these
I love
emotions,
Rorschach.
bro.
He's one of my favorite heroes, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like
Feel all these characters. Bro.
I feel like a big piece of the comics are like the characters, just like, because like you always are told you can be anything, or at least that's what I was told as a kid. Anything you want
Yeah.
when you grow up. And like, I didn't want to be most people that I knew or saw on TV. I was like, these are the people I want to be like. Like, these people are fearless. Like, they do
And they
anything.
stick up for other
bro.
people and shit.
Yeah, it's just like those
You
are like
relate to that. You want to be that. You want to
Real
aspire
life
to be
heroes,
these
you
people.
know?
Yeah.
You know?
they like save cities. They have so much pride in the people they know, and they put their life on almost like a soldier level, but like
Well, when Captain America first came out, that was like,
Yeah, and then comics started to explore like vulnerabilities too, and so people could like not only like
Daredevil.
aspire to be characters, but they could relate to these characters. Like,
Totally.
oh wait,
yeah.
these characters are having real life like human problems as superheroes.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
sick.
like Static
yeah.
Shock was like crazy for me, bro. That shit was crazy.
Fact.
The show in the comics itself, I'm like, bro, it's somebody that looked like me on the fucking cover and shit like that. Like,
100%, bro. I'm
it was
waiting
just
for a redhead
representation.
hero. We have Daredevil, Matt Murdock, but like
You don't see that.
he's like a fucking street level.
Then
He has
you
like
got-
Billy clubs.
You
Like,
got Green Arrow, not Green Arrow, but one of the Green Lanterns.
bro, fuck it. Nah.
You don't fuck with
I
him?
need like a Thor level ginger. Like, I need some redhead representation.
Got you,
Everyone's a
bro.
villain. Like, they're all villains and shit.
It's
I'm
the
like,
red
fuck.
hair, bro.
Yeah,
I know. I'm like destined to be a bad guy. It's in my blood.
fucking ridiculous.
I wrote about it. It's gonna happen. But yeah.
What about you, Aaron? What impact did it have on you?
I'd say probably my creative like writing style, maybe to an extent. You know, like I've written and I've like, I mean, you know, some of those like like writing stage projects I've had with superheroes in there.
Yeah.
Definitely influenced like at least some of my style, maybe trace elements, but like early on when that was like reading that from such a young age, definitely influences you to some degree.
Definitely.
How does it
So-
feel to enjoy something out of the norm? Because, like, me, I was inner city Philly. So, me reading these books, that was a problem.
It's hard.
That was like a problem,
It's
bro.
hard.
Like, I remember reading a book, and like somebody I love was like, "Yo, why are you reading?" I was like, "Oh shit, bro, this is crazy. It's like generational." Like,
Yeah.
like I'm in my head doing my own dialogue. I'm like, "Yo, this is wild."
And mind you, we like comics during a time when like Marvel really wasn't at the forefront.
Yeah.
of much, bro.
No.
They weren't. And so like reading comics and like
None
repping
of
their
that shit was
merch,
cool, bro.
It was kind of like what you called it.
We were outside the norm, bro. That
Outside
shit
the
was
norm.
not cool. Definitely didn't read comics around girls. Like all this stuff was like
Oh yeah, for sure.
dark part of my personality.
Girl repellent.
Yeah. Hey, you like that book?
You
No
like
one's
this?
gonna like you.
Yeah.
Get away from her.
Weirdo, you're
Weirdo.
weird. Damn it.
Reading those books with those characters in it.
Yeah, it's such a contrast when you're young and there's like things out of the norm versus old. Like when you're young, you like run from those pieces of yourself, and like hopefully
Yeah.
in life you can like
Catch them later. You're like, all right,
Yeah,
I'm just
dude.
gonna
You
put
can
you to
rep
the
it
side.
later on, you know.
100%.
Because that's what I
You
did.
stand your
I
ground.
was
You're like,
fuck,
nah, I like
yeah.
this shit.
No, it's
I like
weird.
this shit.
I'm weird. It's cool. Like yeah,
it's tough.
yeah. Life's so much better to live in the things that you love. Like yeah, I lean in so heavy.
Oh yeah, now? Oh my god.
Yeah, you become an adult. And you're like, you know what?
Because
Nah.
like, if a girl
Yeah.
doesn't
I
like
like
you for
this
what
shit.
you like actually are interested in, you should
Yeah.
pursue that girl, bro.
No.
You can't hide it forever either. Like I remember the first,
Oh, yeah.
even the first year of my relationship. There's so many like things I was like so cool on or all this shit, and then like a couple years in, you're like, yeah, this is my weirdness, like full
Yeah,
on,
this
and it
is
goes
my
both
weird
ways.
shit,
You know, the
bro.
more,
Yeah. That's when they
Absolutely.
both start opening up and shit like that.
and it's so much better. It's
It
like,
is.
That's
It
because
is.
that's what a best friend is. You need to be like balls out all the time.
Yeah, you
know?
need to know each other.
Yeah, like good and bad and weird,
Absolutely.
all of it, and the ugly
Hell yeah.
The vulnerabilities.
for sure.
Delightful times. Plug. Marvel or DC, bro?
Marvel all day.
I'm gonna have to say DC here.
Ooh.
Yeah, Marvel.
DC.
He likes DC because they're all overpowered, bro.
That's a bold statement.
How can we relate
That's
to
a
a
bold
god?
statement. All right, as if there's no overpowered people in Marvel.
Okay.
Come on.
We don't pay
Dude,
attention to those
all right?
guys, though.
But
They don't get a
listen,
lot of clout.
I started out with DC.
Okay.
All right, big impact on me. So right from the get go, I was like, yeah, I like these rogues villains. I like these rogue galleries here. All right.
Yeah, Batman and Spider-Man. I feel like in our generation,
that's what it's
absolutely,
biggest things.
dude.
Yeah.
The Batman shows were fire. The Spider-Man shows were fire.
Batman animated is still fire.
Bro,
Dude,
so good.
such a good show.
So good.
Such a good show.
So good. Yeah, that was like the number one hero, like growing up, Batman, and then also Spider-Man. And like Spider-Man, the Marvel movies started like coming in pretty hot, but then you had the Joker, Heath Ledger movie, and like Christopher Nolan's on this shit.
Dude.
This is so good, and like it was this back and
Gas.
forth. But Marvel recently, at least cinematic wise, movies, it's unbeatable. But DC's cartoons are really good.
It's animated. I mean, Young Justice. I don't know if you watched that.
But, yes and no. Damn. Yep. Also Teen Titans too. I'll watch a little bit.
Teen Titans as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like they just really beat them in the animated section. Like,
yeah, it's not a question.
It's not a question at all. Like the animated movies and all that, but like comics and like just story wise, for me, it's always gonna be Marvel. Just for me.
Marvel's a little brighter. It's like a little like
DC's like mad dark, and then it's like reset.
Yeah,
like they get to like the darkest point of their galaxy or whatever, and then reset.
Yeah.
The shit hits the fan, and then it's.
I didn't like the well, everybody knows this who listens to the pod. I didn't like the take.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like the take. All right. Like there's good elements to it, right? I'll give it that. But like Marvel has DC beat in terms of like cinematic universe and the establishments. All right. And that was because Marvel laid down the legal groundwork and like directly just smashed into that market. Warner Bros. Had DC rights for years, dropped the ball. Straight up dropped the ball. And then they saw all the success that Marvel took in that risk paying off. DC tries to catch up. They try to play it too fast and they fuck up. They fuck up and they bomb out.
It's been going around that they're going to do the 10-year plan now.
I hope.
So many actors.
I hope.
So many actors, bro.
All right.
So many careers start and stop in between all these.
But I will say Ben Affleck was like a lit like.
I like this Batman.
That was a dope.
But
Batman.
I also like Robert Pattinson. I like Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Oh yeah, absolutely.
He wasn't a good Bruce Wayne. He was a great Batman.
The thing too, I feel like with Marvel and DC is like when DC was building out their line, they were like, hey, let's get big name people in here and we're going to make big name actors. Like Marvel built the actors. Like Chris Hemsworth, even Downey Jr. was nothing except for this drug addict, abused person.
They rolled the dice with them.
And they became the heroes. Like Chris Evans is Captain America in my head. Like Thor is Chris Hemsworth in my head. Like they took these people and built stories out of them, like real success machines versus DC's like, okay, let's pay this guy $10 million. He'll put on the suit. He'll be him. And like you need to almost have that groundwork built, that humbleness. Like I'm kind of nothing without this source.
They got to actually put themselves into the fucking character.
100%, dude. Like Marvel just did it so gracefully. I mean, now it feels a little different to me anyway.
It's a lot of money, bro. It's a lot of money. When billions start coming in, now we got to sell shit.
And they made it past that initial phase, those initial important phases, and 100%. They're like, all right, now everything is built. Now we can start to go into the multiverse, and like you said, there's billions involved. There's a lot of eyes on this now.
It's true. Let's
get
everyone
harder and harder to replicate the success. And like when we made it past our initial goal, now where do we go from here? But there's so much space to explore.
There really is.
There's so much space to explore.
God, it's fire.
God damn,
Yeah, I think the biggest summation about comics, at least for me, is that kids need heroes. Need somebody to look up to.
Yeah.
Besides the firemen, policemen, or wherever, your parents or whatever. Pick up a comic. Yeah. And you have someone to look up to. That's
role models.
Like doing something. Role models.
Role models in your characters.
Don't dream with restriction. Like dream to be shooting webs out of your fucking wrist. Like dream to be flying through the air. Like I don't know. Like if you're dreaming, like I'm dreaming of something. How am I going to limit it to being like, I want a 9-to-5 job where I make $75K a year? It's like, that sounds brutal.
I just want to clock in, clock out.
Get me out of this box.
Oh, good dog.
Get me out of this box.
For sure. Like, spread those wings. You dream huge.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
And sometimes there's problems that are just otherworldly, out of your control, So
sure.
it's like, it's okay to dream about like there being otherworldly heroes being able to tackle those problems.
Yeah,
for you,
100%.
with you.
And things feel like the end of the world,
Oh, they definitely do.
Yeah.
You're watching people save the world every day, and it's like these people are doing it on a daily.
Captain America can do it.
Yeah.
I'll
if he can do this all day, then I can do this all day. I say that at my job all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be tired as fuck. My
characters
toes be
you
twerking,
aspire to be.
Yeah, dude. It's like so cool. It's just such a cool concept. So good for so many people. Like I wish more people would explore that creative space at a younger age and not feel weird about it. You know, be proud of it. Like, oh, I'm a freaking weirdo. It's awesome.
Just open up to yourself, like your own interests.
100%.
Yeah, bro.
Favorite comic villain? I'm pretty sure Eric's gonna say Joker. Yeah.
Close.
Who?
All right. I'm gonna say Doomsday.
Doomsday. Shit.
I'm gonna say Doomsday, and I could go off about this for a while, but I'll make it just
Concise.
short and concise for obvious reasons. All right. His origin story, right, is just built on death. It's like, hey, bro, you're a literal science experiment. I'm just gonna keep killing you. I'm gonna bring you back to life until your body just builds up a natural resistance to it. I'm not gonna bother to teach you anything. I'm not gonna bother to communicate you. So literally, all you've ever experienced is just constant pain, and the worst kind, death. It's like boom.
Yeah.
And now that's all it knows. It's reached adult age, and it's damn. You can't communicate. You can't. There's nothing. There's no point. He's just gonna keep fucking killing until you can't be killed himself.
Yeah, it's pretty savage.
He's immune to it. It's wildly cold, and that's why he's my favorite comic book villain.
That's a good reason.
I would say Black Adam, bro.
Who?
Black Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just because of his savage, like how he came up, like his nephew was trying to look out. He's like, fuck that, dog. It's like, fuck my family, bro. I want power.
I want it all.
And that's like a real representation of like greed and like what certain people will do for power. You got to be able to watch out for that. You also got to know it's human capability. Somebody would probably do that shit.
Yeah.
And it also looks like it's going to be a good movie.
It does.
It's going to be a very good movie.
I love The Rock. He's just like entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
he's not a great actor, but I just love him as a person.
Listen. The Rock is going to be Black Adam, bro. I think he's going to act a little bit on this one. Cause
I'm here for it.
Like he can just add just a little bit more. There's a tiny bit more acting on like what he usually does. I'm with it, bro.
He's just ridiculously big. Like in the Jungle Cruise movie, The Rock's just like, "Hey, I'm just a boat guy," and it's like, "Bro, you're 300 pounds of pure lean muscle."
That's
like,
silly, bro.
Yeah,
The Rock is fucking silly, man.
Like a massive, bro.
It's wild.
What are you gonna say that shit to his face?
No.
No,
Like, bro, nice
man.
lats, dog.
Never,
Dude,
Mr. The Rock.
Great, you looking great, bro.
Yeah.
You need some rocks. Like, what do you need?
But I'm gonna have to give it to Doomsday. Sorry, Doctor Doom.
I was gonna say Dr. Doom.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Dr.
definitely
Doom.
top 5.
I think Doctor Doom. Just
He hates on the family for life. Like,
I mean,
yo, Richards.
he's also just so complex. Like, and listening to like he basically takes over the world. Like every setting. Like him and Kang the Conqueror just have like such ridiculous timeline. Like time is so not keeping them held in one place, and like they can take over the world. Like,
isn't there like a comic series too where he literally takes over the world and makes the world better? I don't know if that's canon or not, but is that the case?
Yeah.
Is this the one when he had Molecule Man's wand and shit, or no?
That's not Secret Wars. Maybe that's Secret Wars. Where he basically like brings everyone in, and then like Black Panther comes in with the zombie army at the end of it.
Yeah.
And shit, and like whoops his ass at the end of it, and like the Molecule Man is like being held, and they're using him to like get through, and then I think it's Franklin Richards, like Reed Richards' son, like comes in and like beats them, saves them at the end of the day. But I don't know, I just like that he wavers. Like I always thought villains, especially from like Spider-Man as a kid, were just bad. Like there's no good.
There's no nuance.
There's no nuance. And then you see like a Thanos, and he's just like, hey, like I think I'm doing the right thing, and you guys are in my way. Like you don't see the bigger picture. And it's like as you get older, you really understand. You're like, oh shit, like sometimes I do the wrong thing, but I swore it was right. Like I would have bet it was right. And like people like Doctor Doom, I feel like he's not just like I'm gonna watch the world burn. He's like, idiots run the world. I'm gonna do it better. I'm gonna do it cleaner, and no one can stand in my way because I don't respect anyone. And like I just really fuck with that about him specifically. And I've been listening to Comics Explained. You guys check that out?
Yeah,
bro. So good. And Dopespill comics.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bro,
Yo,
so
oh shit.
I'll listen. I like take toy picks and I'll listen to that for 3-4
while you
hours
doing
a
it?
night.
Oh, that's how you get in
bro.
that bag,
And I'll
bro.
get some like ideas. And shit. They show all the panels.
You could say that's like this case with Marvel's Phase 1 villains. Like it was just very face value. Like I'm just kind of evil. I'm doing this thing.
100%.
I'm an evil guy.
And they took notes.
See
They
you
took
next
notes. They're
movie.
like, okay, so you want to see relatability. You want to see your villains with like oh, I can actually like understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And when they started to add those human elements to it was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
These
Different
villains
world.
these villains, yeah, otherworldly, dude. All
Yeah.
right.
Here's the most serious question we're gonna have tonight. If you had one power, what would it be? Just one.
You first, sir.
I'm gonna go. It's cheesy, but I'm gonna have to go with flying.
Okay.
I just
Flying.
think it'd be the coolest thing to whip through the air,
alright,
like
alright.
never have to walk
okay.
and shit, just fly. I mean, super strength is appealing to me, but I'm like, all right, I can hit the gym pretty hard, and then I can be flying. Like, dude, you're flying. Like, things don't get in your way. Like,
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm strong enough to lift up my wife, so it's like we're going to the movies right now.
Oh shit.
Flying
on.
with
That's a
Superman
humble
speed.
flex.
There we
Like
go.
flying Superman speed, not like flying like patrolling the air. Like I'm
No,
whipping
no,
it.
no.
Like,
Yeah,
speed
bro.
of
I'm
light.
flying through
Yeah.
here, bro. I'm parting clouds.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
I'm
Like Sonic
disturbing
Boom.
weather
It's kinda
patterns.
Like, Nathan from Heroes.
Oh,
How
yeah.
That was a cool flying ability.
Yeah, almost like if you were close to the ground, you could look like you have super speed because you fly so fucking fast, move your legs and fly at the same time and shit. But I wouldn't want wings.
Bop, bop, bop.
My wife is like, I want wings, and I'm like, I don't want wings. Like they're just big, and unless they could like contract into my body somehow, like I'm not trying to be like Michael the Archangel.
Oh yeah,
John
all
Travolta,
day. Yeah, no, not all day, bro.
suspenders
That's
and these
crazy.
hefty-ass
Tired.
wings.
Gotta
That's
rest my
wild.
wings. I gotta rest my wings. It's
You
like,
Yeah,
gotta
it's
rest
like a
my
muscle
wings?
now.
No, that's
It's
crazy.
like a muscle. It's like
Yeah.
a muscle. You gotta.
No.
Ah, damn, that was a
All
lot
your
of. That was a
clothes
lot of
are
work.
custom.
Shit.
That's a lot of cardio.
That battle was a lot of cardio. God
lot of
damn, I
cardio,
think I pulled
bro.
a fucking muscle back
Feels
there.
like
Yeah.
5 flights.
Yeah, like Archangel style. Like, no, I don't want wings. What about you?
Yeah, it's here. You
Oh,
go first.
me? Shapeshifter, bro.
We know this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a villain. That's a villain power.
Well,
Smart.
this
It's
is
smart.
shapeshifting.
You can do
So,
a lot
know,
with that.
I can do a lot
You
with
can do
that,
a lot
right?
with that. We talked about this
Talk
for
about
years.
flying,
Years.
turn into a hawk, whatever. Wherever we
Turn
need.
into a bird. You can
What are
turn
you
into
doing with
literally
shapeshifting?
anything.
What is the main
A
goal?
whole lot of.
Whole lot of stuff.
But I plan on being like immortal. Just going around stealing shit. Like going into banks, bop, bop, dipping out.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like invisibility, time stopping, and shapeshifting. All of them. If I had any of those 3 powers, I'd become a villain, no doubt.
I'm
Too
not
easy.
like I'm not gonna be
dude.
like horrible. I'm just gonna get my smeckles.
Oh, of course.
I'll work for a government, do some shady shit, whatever.
No, I'd fly you into the bank. I just wouldn't be
Yeah, so
stealing. I'd be
you
like,
drop
I
me
robbed
off,
you.
bro.
Yeah, for sure.
We'd be a great team.
Yeah. Shapeshift
Yeah.
into like a little blob so you hit the floor, you're okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You can do a lot with it. It's a smart
a
move.
lot.
It's a very smart move.
Strategic.
I will have to go with mind control
Oh,
for a number of reasons.
I mean-
and I know you're thinking red flags, villainous activities. You know what? You could call me an anti-hero, but you could do anything in the world for the betterment of mankind.
You can
all right?
control a country, a
You can
continent.
control countries. You can literally stop any threat of nuclear war. You're like, stop.
It's true.
Yeah, everyone's chilling.
It's true.
You're no
Take your
like
fingers
humanity
away
is
from
no
the
longer
button.
a threat to itself.
It's true.
We're gonna
So-
start working on things.
Is that like a moral code that's broken? You have to break
All
so you
the-
do
yeah,
become
all
a
the
villain?
food-
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. But you know what?
Someone has to do it.
Someone has to do it.
Listen, Aaron, you gonna tell me like, yo, all that food we throw away, we're gonna give it to people.
Listen.
Listen,
Listen, I'm gonna fix this system, guys.
All right. You
Don't
know that
you
food we
worry.
throw away, we're gonna give it to people, bro. They're not gonna
Don't
be
worry
hungry.
here.
100%.
They won't sue you.
Yeah.
No one can sue anybody. Nothing frivolous.
I mean, I would want to be friends with a mind controller for sure. I'd be like, just don't.
But
do it
like,
to me.
how do you
But you
know?
you do have to
How
set
do you
yourself
know?
up a very strict code of ethics.
It's true.
How do you know
You
your
know,
friend that's
when
a
do you
mind
stop?
controller isn't using it on you, bro?
You
Very
just gotta
true, bro.
trust. You just
Very
gotta
true.
have some
You gotta trust and respect. They're
Yeah.
like, ah,
Shit, you better respect it. Be like, oh, you're a bird and you're crazy.
I won't touch your brain.
You gonna start
Yeah.
I won't
thinking
touch your
about other
brain.
stuff,
I
bro.
won't touch your brain.
100%, dude.
I'll draw that line.
100%.
I won't touch your brain.
I won't touch your brain, bro.
Anyway, with that being said, what's everybody's last thoughts?
Last thoughts.
Yeah, any
Yeah,
last
last
thoughts?
thoughts.
You know, like an
Last
over.
remarks to the audience, the listeners. Anything you want to say to anybody?
I would
Messages?
just say, if
shout-outs.
anyone's listening, definitely implore your creativity at a younger age and stick with people that support that type of thinking and mentality, because like happiness is definitely at the end of that tunnel and nowhere else for sure.
There we go. What
Yeah,
about you, bro?
I implore everybody to pursue every passion as much as you can. Like, everything's been difficult, but everything's been great. Like pushing myself. I haven't been comfortable since I was 18. and that's great. You know, a lot of
There we
kids, a lot of people where I'm from, they think that this one space is their entire world, and it's not. Explore. That's my last thought.
Last thought. Sometimes your passion will feel like work. All right, but it's important to stick through it. Okay, because the reward is otherworldly. Okay, it's worth it. Get to it. Keep grinding. Those will be my last thoughts.
All right,
Those are good
man.
last thoughts.
Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Thank you.
Seriously,
All right.
thank you for
You
doing
Gotta
the
hear
shots.
you say life and
Thank you.
times.
Life and
sir.
times. Life and times.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Plug.
I
Life and
like
times.
that. I
Plug.
like that.
Life and times.
There we
please.
go.
Shout out everybody that's
Shout
listening. Shout out everybody that pulls up on me at my job and says, "Hey, man, we need video. We did the video. We're gonna do more stuff
All the
every
listeners,
time.
weekly.
Everybody,
Stay
life and
tuned in.
times. Tap in."
Life and
Good
times.
night.